Hi, everybody. Welcome to our 30-minute Hatha yoga practice. I call this one warrior yoga. So we're going to become warriors nice and strong. So I want you to come to the top of your mat, roll your shoulders back and down, bring your thumbs alongside as if you're hitchhiking. And then close your eyes. I did send out that playlist if you want to play some music. So a couple things here with Hatha is we really need to find our breath. We are going to flow and we are going to be moving, but I want you to find those nice long inhales, nice long exhales. I'm going to try to get us to flow slow, right? So we can build the strength. Now, at any point, you can come back to this pose right here. Arms by your side, feet grounded, all four corners of your feet connected to the ground. We would call this Tadasana or mountain pose. You're a nice, strong mountain, grounded, rooted, and confident. You can stay here at any point, like I say, and still reap tons of benefits of a yoga practice. Child's pose is also another one where you can sink right down to the ground, put your forehead down, sink your glutes and your hips back. So listen to your body, listen to you. All right. Just for purposes of this, I'm going to come to the top of my mat here. Let's take a nice big inhale. Bring your arms all the way up towards the sky. Join your palms. Exhale. Bring your hands down to your heart center. Breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your arms all the way up. Exhale. Bring your hands down to your heart center. Hold it here. Inhale. Arms up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to bring the arms away from our body as we hinge back and come down into a forward fold. So in forward fold, you're trying to create lots of space into our back. So let the head get heavy, bring the nose towards the knees, and breathe. We're going to step the right foot back and come down into a low lunge. So toes can be curled or uncurled, whatever's up, entirely up to you. We use our nice core muscles. Rise up. Soften through your shoulders. And breathe. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Strong and powerful. You're going to spread your arms wide and twist away from that front knee. Bring your arms in line with your shoulders. Twist back to the front. Both hands cradle that front foot. Back foot joins the front foot into a forward fold. Shake your head no. Soften through the knees. Swan dive all the way up. Join your hands, join your palms. Exhale. Bring your hands to your heart center. And then just find some rocking here. So rock on the balls of your feet. Rock onto your heels. Reestablish that strong grounding through all four corners of your feet. Let's take our inhale, bring your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Nice big inhale all the way up. We're going to swan dive. So bring your arms away from one another. Hinge at the hips, down to the ground. Nose towards the knee. Lots of space in our back. Opposite foot comes back. So left leg down into that low lunge. Lift the arms up. Soften through our shoulders. Gaze towards the ceiling. And then we're going to twist. So bring the arms out. Twist away from that front knee. Arms in line with your shoulders. Bring your arms back up. Bring your arms down to cradle that front foot. Curl the back toes. Step forward. Back to that forward fold. Big bend into your knees. Arms come out to the side. Up towards the sky. Join your fingers and join your thumbs. Exhale. Bring your hands back down to your heart center. Bring your arms down alongside your body. I want you to take a few breaths here. So find that nice grounding once more. Shoulders are soft. Posture's nice and tall. And we're connected to our breath. All right, we're going to step the right foot back and come into a warrior one. So in warrior one, right foot back. You're taking heel to heel and your back toes are at about a 45-degree angle. You're going to make sure that your hips, chest, waist, everything is forward towards that front knee. The big bend of that front knee, sink down into that front leg. So knee stacked over top of that ankle. And then you're going to straighten your leg and bring your arms to cactus arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale and rise, squeeze. Exhale, down we come. Inhale and squeeze. Exhale and down, 2 more. Head up and down. And bring it back. And this time, can you sink a little deeper? All right, we're going to pivot to open out our arms. And that back toe is going to come straight across at a 90-degree angle. So shoulders are going to be back. So torso twists towards the long side of your mat. Arms come in line with your shoulders. And then your gaze comes to the front of your fingers. And this is warrior two. We sink down. We rise, we bring our arms over our head. We exhale, we sink, gaze comes back over the fingers. Rise, head turns to look to the ceiling. Exhale and sink. One more, inhale and rise. Exhale and sink. Stay here for a nice long breath. Being nice, strong warriors. All right, we're going to bring the front hand down to rest gently on that front thigh. Other arms coming up into what we call a side angle. All right. Lift with your body, lift with your core. Bring your long arm behind you, the other arm up and over to a reverse warrior. And we're going to flow that. So come back to our side angle. Connect to your thigh. Don't sink into it. Reach through your side body. Exhale, bring it up. That knee stays bent at the front. One more. Bring it up. We're going to hold it here and breathe. Then we're going to bring that top arm down along the mat. You're going to drag it. You're going to pivot. So you're coming to the other way. So the opposite foot is now in front. Drop the back heel so that it's in line with your front heel. And then the toes are on a 45-degree angle. We come back up to warrior one. So again, we sink softly and strongly. Chest, hips, everything is facing forward, front of your body. Then we're going to breathe. So straighten the front leg, cactus your arms, squeeze those shoulders. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Maybe you're closing your eyes. Feel the connection to your breath. One more. Bring it up. Sink back down. We're going to pick up those back toes, just turn them a little bit on an angle. Come back to our warrior two. So chest and hips and everything's coming along the long side of your mat. Fingers are long and gaze is over that front fingertips. And breathe. So we're going to inhale, straighten both legs. Arms up to the sky, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, gaze back over your fingers, sink into that knee. Inhale and rise. Exhale and sink. Up we go. We're going to hold it here. Take a nice big breath. Make sure you're not holding your world by your toes. Pick up those toes, give them a little wiggle. All right, let's go for that side angle. Front arm comes down onto your top thigh. Up arm reaches across. Get lots of length through the side of your body. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, bring it back to a reverse warrior. Back arm down, other arm comes up and over. Flow to the front. Reach to the back. Your gaze follows that front hand. One more. And back down, we hold it. You're not collapsing into that front thigh. Nice and soft, and you're reaching and extending. Both hands come down to the mat. You're going to pivot that back foot, step forward into a forward fold. Bring your nose towards your head, your knees. And then you're going to drag your hands up your body, up your legs. Head stays heavy, shoulders stay heavy till we get to the top. Round your shoulders. All right, we're back into Tadasana. So a good time if you want to grab a sip of water. And you're going to need 2 blocks for this next round. I shouldn't say you're going to need. You might want to have them handy and stack them on each side of your mat. But we are coming back after you've had your little water break to Tadasana, that strong mountain pose. So shoulders are back and down. Arms are by your side, thumbs pointing out. Close your eyes. And just tune in. Stay with your breath. So get those nice big inhales, nice big exhales. One more breath. All right, we're going to pick up our left knee. And you're going to hinge back to a warrior 3. So a single leg deadlift. This is where we might want our blocks. So blocks have different heights, right? So it could be down on the ground. We may hold it here. We're trying to come to a flat back. But they can come up a little higher on that vertical. And then we can use them maybe just holding a little bit, maybe just a lot, maybe tons. Right? Then you're going to step that foot back, come into a warrior 1. So sinking into your knees. You're going to hinge forward, look down for your blocks, the ground. Hinge to that warrior 3. Nice flat back. Step back into your warrior 1. Hinge forward into your warrior 3. Now maybe you want to stay there. You're nice and content. Maybe you want to bring your arms behind you like an airplane be flying out. Whatever feels good for you. And then we're going to bring that back leg and step it to join the other one. Sit down into a chair. Bring your hands into your heart center. And then slowly make sure all 4 corners of your feet are connected. Just root to rise. Nice and strong. Bring your arms down alongside your body. Back into our mountain pose. So some people like to rock a little bit into before they find that really nice grounding into mountain. Maybe throw a little smirk on your face, little smile. That smile softens the eyes, softens our breath, it softens our insides. We can breathe easier. All right, we're going to lift that right knee up. You're going to hinge back into that warrior 3. Use or don't use your blocks, entirely up to you. Noticing each side of your body is different. We step that foot back, big bend in the front knee, come into warrior 1. Soft through your shoulders. Take a breath. Exhale, bring it back to your warrior 3. Back down to your warrior 1. One more time. Back to your 3. Back to your warrior 1. Both hands are going to come down to the ground. Move your blocks out of the way. You're going to step back into a plank. Hold your plank for 1 second. Drop down onto your knees. Uncurl your toes. Press yourself back into child's pose. Hang out here. Take a nice breath. Then soften your arms, soften your forehead down to the ground. And to create a little bit more space in our neck and our throat, maybe bring your head down where your hairline starts, as opposed to having your forehead flat. It's a little bit of a curve, but it gives us extension in our neck, extension in our throat to be able to breathe. Take one more big breath here. Gonna inhale, come back up into table. Curl your toes, press yourself into a downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Come down into a low lunge. So once again, that back knee comes down. Uncurl the toes. Lift your heart up. Lift yourself up. And arms to the sky. Sink down into those hips. And breathe. Here for a few nice long breaths. Shoulders are soft. Arms are still long and powerful. One more breath, and we're going to twist away from that front knee into that warrior two. And breathe. Nice stretch for that hip flexor, that quad. All right, bring that back hand down onto the back of your, either back of your calf or your thigh, and let's reverse our warrior. Both arms come back up to warrior two. We twist to warrior one. Bring the hands down to the ground. Take that front leg, bring it behind. Sink back into our child's pose. That was a big stretch for that quad and that hip flexor. Let's just let it sink in. Listen, what's our body saying? Probably still going to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Take one more nice, big, full, delicious, juicy inhale. Exhale everything out. We're going to come back up to table. You're going to step the opposite foot. So my right foot's coming forward. Using my strength, I'm going to lift up into that warrior one. Really press the hips forward, sink the pelvis down to the ground. And again, my shoulders are soft, but my arms are long and everything is still not, I don't want to say on fire, but alive. Alive, just like us. Soften through your shoulders. You're here for a few nice long breaths. And then we're going to come into that warrior two, kneeling warrior two, away from that front knee. Arms in line with your shoulders. Take your gaze, look back over your front fingers. Really make sure that front knee stays in line. Might want to kick out. Don't let it. And breathe. One more breath. Back hands coming down. We lean back into our humble warrior, our reverse warrior. We'll get humble in a minute. Come back to warrior two. Back to warrior one. Both hands down to the ground. Kick that foot back, sink back into a child's pose. And let everything go. Take a nice deep breath here. We're going to come up into tabletop position. And just flap the tops of your feet. And then curl your toes. Press yourself up into a downward facing dog. So spread your fingers wide, wide, wide like starfish. Press your chest towards your thighs. You're making yourself a nice inverted V. The heels may or may not come down to the ground, but you're pressing them towards the ground. Lots of space into our back. All right, come up on the balls of your feet. Look towards the front of your mat. And now we're going to crisscross and tippy toe to the front of the mat. So left over right or right over left, but try to keep yourself really inverted into that V, creating lots of space into your spine. All the way up, take your time. There's no rush. And then once we're there, come down into that forward fold and really just let your arms get heavy. Let your head get heavy. And we're going to roll up all the way, nice and slow. Back up. Roll your shoulders. Bring your arms along the side. We're back to Tadasana and to mountain. Take a nice few breaths here. We've got one more series of warriors to make us even stronger. We're going to be the strongest warriors. That snowstorm that they're calling for is going to come, and we're going to go bring it on. We're warriors. All right, we're going to step the right foot back, come back into a warrior one. I'm going to come forward just in case you can see. So we're back into that warrior one, nice and strong. You're going to sweep your hands behind you. Sweep your hands behind you. And then you're going to become humble. So you're going to bow forward. Now, a couple of things with the arms. I like to keep my arms right along my lower back. So we humble. We bow to the inside of the knee. You want to take your arms up towards the sky. Give it a feel. See what it feels like for you. Bring the arms back down. Use your strength. Come back up. Warrior one. Keep that bend in that front knee. Arms sweep behind. Interlace your fingers. Open up that chest. Bow to the front. If you want to lift those arms, give it a try. If the arms are lifted, they come back down. Arms up to the sky. Step that front foot back, back foot front. Bring your arms down alongside your body. Roll your shoulders back and down. You're a nice, strong mountain. All right, one more breath. Arms come up. We're going to step the opposite foot back. So left foot's coming back into that warrior one. Arms are up, shoulders are soft. We sweep the arms out long behind us. Interlace your fingers. Press down towards the ground. Open up your chest and then bow forward. Be humble. If you fall, that's the biggest humbling we can do, and it's okay. We fall through life. What do? We get back up. If we fall on our yoga mat, we get back up. So again, if the arms want to come up, maybe they only come up a couple of inches. Get in that stretch. Let go of the arms, sweep them back up. Warrior one. Sweep the arms long away behind you. Interlace. Palms towards the ground, chest up, chin up, bow down. And breathe. Arms can come up. Arms come back to the sacrum. We let go. We rise to warrior one. We're going to bring both hands down to the ground. They're going to cradle that front foot. That front foot's coming back into that plank. You're going to drop down onto your knees, uncurl your toes, lower yourself super slow, hug those elbows in, slow, 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 all the way down into the ground. Bring your hands to stack on top of each other, elbows up to the side, drop your forehead. And we're going to bring our right hand down like kind of cactus arms, so just down alongside of our body. You're going to kick your left leg in and you're going to reach behind. See if you can lift it, grab the top of your foot, and then lift your leg up a little bit to extend that quad and then bring it back down. Bring your heel towards your glutes. Yourself a nice little quad stretch. And again, lift that leg. See if you can make it a little bit longer in the hip. And then slowly let go. And slowly, 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 we start to bring the foot back to the ground like it's in slow motion. And down. All right, opposite hand comes underneath, alongside our body, alongside the left hand alongside your shoulder. Right leg kicks in. Right hand reaches behind. We lift the leg first. And if you can't reach, that's okay. So still lift the leg and bring it back a couple of inches. Okay? So you bring it back to get length into that quad, length into that muscle. And kick it in. And breathe. And then slowly, we're going to let go of that. And a slow, 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 we slowly drop the leg back down to the ground. You're going to bring it down to the ground. Wonderful. Both hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. You're going to press up. Now, you might press up just into a little baby cobra, or you might come all the way up into a upward facing dog. And breathe. We'll stretch for front of our body, front of our abs, and then sink back into a child's pose. So walk your hands closer to your knees and sink. And then on your next breath, you're just going to come back up. I don't want to say all the way to the table, but onto all fours. Just drop down onto one glute, grab a block, and we're going to go down onto our backs. Knees are going to be stacked over top of our feet just for a second. Realign that spine. Then bring the feet down to the ground. You're going to press up into a bridge, but just up a little bit. We're not going to full bridge. You're going to bring that block underneath your glutes. It's not going to come onto your lower back, but it is going to come onto your sacrum. So there's a little triangle, the base of your tailbone there, and that's where the block's going to sit. You're going to bring those knees back up in line with your hips. So nice 90 L shape, 90 degrees. Hang out here. Bring your arms out into a T, and then lift both legs up towards the sky. Now, in your home, if you had a wall, you could really put yourself up against a wall. But right here, we're in supported, legs up the wall. Little restorative pose for everything we just put our bodies through. So soften your forehead. Soften your eyes. Soften your cheeks. Soften your jaw. Now soften your shoulders. Were you clenching your shoulders? Soften your upper back. Soften your chest. Soften your arms. Soften your wrists. And soften those fingers. And we're going to bend the left leg. We're going to bend the right leg so we're back to that 90 degrees. Arms are going to come alongside your body with your palms down. We're going to drop the left foot down, nice and slow. Drop the right foot down, nice and slow. Hang out here. You're going to press into your feet just enough to bring that block out. Bring your back down to the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your legs fall, your knees fall away from one another. Bring your right hand under your belly. Bring your left hand onto your heart. And just sink. Try another nice breath here. And we'll bring our hands along down by our thighs towards our knees, and we'll just butterfly little pulses all the way up. We're going to bring both knees into our chest, give ourselves a little hug. Take your right leg nice and long. Hug that left knee into your chest and then over towards your shoulder. So a little bit of an expansion, flexion. Going to use that right hand now and guide that left knee over your body. Left arm's coming long into a T. Little twist for our spine. And we'll bring ourselves back up. Take that left leg nice and long. Hug the right knee into your chest. Then hug it towards your shoulder. Using your left arm, we're going to guide that right knee up, over, and across our body. Right arm comes long, gaze goes to the right. You breathe. One more breath. We unravel, we come back to center. Both knees come into our chest. Give yourself a little hug. Let your toes soften. Let your ankles get heavy. Take your left leg nice and long, bring it to the outside corner of your mat. Bring your right leg nice and long, bring it to the outside corner of your mat. Let your feet fall away from one another. Bring your arms down alongside your body, palms up towards the sky. Let everything soften and get heavy. With each breath, you're sinking deeper, getting heavy. Now, because you're in the privacy of your own home, you can continue your Shavasana for another 7, 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long you like. Otherwise, give yourself a big stretch. Point your toes, bring your arms up overhead, reach, and then roll over to one side, using your bicep as a little pillow. Breath there. And use that top hand to pull yourself up to sitting, whatever way is comfortable for you. And let's bring our arms up towards the sky, up towards the ceiling. Join your fingers and join your thumbs. Bring your thumbs to your forehead for kind thoughts. Bring your thumbs to your lips, to your mouth for kind words. Bring your thumbs to your heart for total kindness. Thank you to each and every one of you, amazing warriors, for sharing your energy and your home with me. Namaste.